6:20 and we're walking around to the gym. Leg day, bruv. Leg day. Going with the boys. Actually, I don't know who we got today. Might just be Tony. Let's have a look. Already. We'll soon find out. Not today, Satan. Not today. Legs on. Kapow!
Yeah, we'll sponsor that dude with the
Leg day completed. We've acquired a secret ingredients to make the kapow! Power. Pure power. Okay, so leg day complete. I used to avoid leg day and not really like doing it because it seemed like a lot of effort. I think it's squats. The thought of having to do heavy squats, I don't know, just, yeah, don't like it. But now I do Mike Mensa style workouts. So leg day today was just 4 sets. Probably, I was doing it with 2 other people, but if you're doing it on your own, you could probably complete this workout in less than 20 minutes. So it's 4 exercises, but I only do a warm-up set and then 1 heavy set per exercise, and that's all you do. So you can bang it out really quick, but you still get a good leg pump, and you definitely feel it. So it was an early start, 5:30, 6, walk round to the gym. My first meal on gym days, I've been adding in fruit. So I'll have a lot of fruit, or like a full meal of just fruit before the gym to add sugar and glycogen into the muscles. So I'll show you my my breakfast meal. Then hit the gym, come back, and I've invented something. I can show you, but I can't tell you the ingredients, it's a secret. But I've created a drink that is the elixir of good health, and it's just, oh, it's a beautiful thing. So I'll show you that. But it improves, it's the ingredients are designed to stimulate stem cells, and there's a bunch of different benefits, cognitive function and stuff like that. But so yeah, we got the magic drink. Now we're just getting a little bit of a walk in nature, getting some sunlight in the eyes. It's good to expose your eyes to sunlight, natural light, as early in the morning as possible. Helps regulate sleep and gets your body in line with a circadian rhythm, so sun up to sundown. So I'm just getting a little bit of walking in after some food to help digestion. But so today on gym days I normally do fruit for the first meal, add the secret drink. I want to try and do that before the gym, but I didn't really have time this morning. And then I can eat either meat and fruit or just meat for the rest of the day. And then on rest days I keep it pretty much strict carnivore, so there's no fruit, very little carbs, just meat. But I actually was down a pound yesterday. I thought the amount I ate, I didn't count calories, so I'm not sure exactly what I ate, but I thought I would have gained a little bit of weight or stayed the same. But I actually dropped down. I was 166 pounds, and then this morning I was 165. But yeah, just getting some walking in, fresh air, time in nature, and get a little video done. Oh yeah, so how do you design the perfect diet or workout plan, right? So there's loads of different diets you can choose. You got vegan, vegetarian, carnivore, paleo, loads of different workouts, high intensity interval training, high intensity bodybuilding, powerlifting, 5x5. How do you get the best one? So I've got a little story. I injured my hand with a chainsaw and I wasn't able to work, so I went and lived with some monks, only for a week, but I went and lived with some Tibetan Buddhist monks in Scotland. And the idea was it was a meditation retreat to teach you how to meditate. And one of the concepts they sort of come up with, because they're well deep into the meditation thing, you think it's just sit quietly and don't think about anything, but they go proper deep. They're trying to reach enlightenment, so they're proper on it. So he would say, decide what you think meditation is. So it could be just focusing on the breath. And he said, once you've decided, you've got to practice that for a certain period of time. And if you don't get enlightened, then it's obviously not that. You've got to try something else. So two common methods are focusing on the breath and body scanning. So you would do one. So these guys would like sit and say, I'm going to do body scanning for a year. And for a year, 12 hours a day, they'd sit, scan the body and do that practice. So that's a body scan practice. And then if that doesn't work, so if after a year they're not enlightened, they might then change it or just carry on doing the practice. But you can apply that. So it's decide what you think is best at the time with the information you've got, practice it, and then make adjustments when you see fit. So this is the same with diet. So you might watch Game Changers and think a plant-based diet is the answer. So with that information, if all you've done is watch the Game Changers documentary, that's the information you've got. So you take that information, you Google a plant-based diet, you create a plant-based diet that you're going to follow, and then you try it for a month. And if you feel bad, or it doesn't work, or you're not making gains in the gym, then you get more information. You might get a book, which is the carnivore diet, and then you read the carnivore diet book, and you think, oh, that makes sense, and you apply that. But you're adding more information, but you're not constantly looking, because you might find the answer at some point. And this is what I've done with diet. I've tried everything, and the first thing I started with was, I guess it would be vegetarian, and it was all plant-based, loads of organic fruit and veg. And the veg, actually, I had a bad experience with it. I think I poisoned myself, to be fair. It wasn't very good. And then I moved from that and then ended up reading The Plant Paradox, The Carnivore Diet, and learning that. But when I chose vegetarian, I went fully into that. So the Buddhists would say, Buddhism isn't a religion. You don't just follow the scripture. It's a teaching. So the Dharma is a teaching. So anything that doesn't stand up to logical reasoning, you try it. If it doesn't stand up to logical reasoning or your experience, you fuck it off. You don't use that in your practice. So that's the same with diet. I'm not attached to one specific idea. I'm not like carnivore till I die, or I'm a vegetarian, everyone else should be vegetarian. I think being a vegan, I think there's good benefits. There's good sides to being a vegan. It's good for the animals. I think if you can not kill animals, you should do that. But so I'm not. If eating bark off a tree was the optimal diet, I would do it. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not emotionally invested. So some vegans I think are emotionally invested. I'm not even emotionally invested in carnivore. It's just in my experience what works. So the actionable step is do your research. So you define what your goal is. I want to lose weight, build muscle. So I need to figure out a diet plan and a workout plan. Do your research, come up with a plan, then you have to implement that plan for a set period of time, and 3 months is enough to know if a diet and workout plan is working for you. So it's trial and error, and you will get to the answer, and the truth will be at the end of that. And in my experience, I started off vegetarian, briefly tried vegan, and they weren't beneficial to me. Ended up with digestive issues, stomach problems. And I've reached a point where I'm now strict carnivore, and I add some fruit, eggs and certain things like that. not really nuts, seeds, leafy greens or anything like that. And that works perfectly for me. But that might not work for you. So somebody else might have a different metabolism and a different genetic makeup. So you have to pick a strategy. And if what I speak about resonates, you might want to pick my strategy. Oh, I'll try meat and fruit, carnivore diet. You might do it for a month and feel terrible and then think, well, I'm not going to do that again. Then you get more information, read another book, watch more YouTube videos and go again. But you've got to pick a strategy and stick to it at a certain point. So in my experience, the diet that is optimal for me is meat and fruit. And for training, my friend was more on the training side of things, so he would eat less clean because he didn't have digestive issues he was trying to heal. But he was focused on the training, so he would try bodybuilding, powerlifting, high reps, low reps, high volume. And the answer he's come to was what Mike Mentzer preached, which is brief, intense and infrequent. So short workouts with long rest periods in between, with one warm-up set and one heavy set. Now that goes against sort of what you normally start out doing in the gym, which is high volume, 5 sets of 12 reps or something like that, bodybuilding style. So I tend to think there is a truth to be found, but so like a universal truth that applies to most people, but where people are so individual, it's better if you search for yourself and find what works for you. So do your research. So there should be, set your goal, research what you think the best strategy to achieving that goal is. Once you've got the strategy, implement it for a set period of time, 3 months, without really doing any more research, because you just confuse yourself. And if you start flip-flopping between different strategies, one day you're vegan, then you're not going to know what works. You want to know what's having the desired outcome. So, actionable step: set your goal, do your research, decide what strategy you think is going to work, set the time frame you're going to implement it for, and record your results. Do it for 3 months, record your results, do more research, go again. And you do that over and over until you've found what works for you. But it might save you some time just to tell you that I ended up at meat and fruit and high intensity, brief, intense, infrequent workouts. And I believe that, for me, is the best way to lose fat and build muscle. Done.